Visit cruisecultureapparel.com for the latest issue of Cruise Culture magazine, featuring the raddest home and garage-built rides. You are listening to Cruise Culture Magazine Tries Podcasting, covering all of your favorite articles and more from the magazine. Like, subscribe, and tell us what you think below in the comments. Keep cruise culture alive.
Today, let's take a deep dive into the evolution of the hot rod, from street racing to show cars. Hot rods are an American automotive tradition, and their history can be traced back to the early 20th century. Over the years, hot rods have evolved from street racing machines to show cars that are admired for their style and performance. Let's take a look at the evolution of the hot rod. Hot rods have been a staple of American car culture for over 80 years. These modified cars, with their souped-up engines and flashy designs, have become synonymous with speed, rebellion, and individuality. But the history of hot rods is about much more than just cars. It's a story that weaves together the worlds of the prohibition era and Nascar, with plenty of fascinating facts and anecdotes along the way. The roots of hot rods can be traced back to the 1930s and 1940s, when young car enthusiasts in California began modifying their cheap, old cars to make them faster and more powerful. These early hot rods were often built using parts salvaged from junkyards, and their designs were heavily influenced by the streamlined shapes of airplanes. But the hot rod scene really took off after World War II, when returning soldiers brought back a passion for speed and a desire to push the limits of what was possible with a car. With the availability of surplus military parts, hot rodders were able to create even more powerful vehicles, many of which could reach speeds of over 100 miles per hour. One of the key factors driving the hot rod culture was a desire for rebellion against the status quo. This rebellious spirit was fueled in part by the Prohibition era, which had only recently come to an end. During this time, the illegal sale and consumption of alcohol gave rise to a thriving underground industry of speakeasies and bootleggers. Hot rodders saw themselves as a continuation of this tradition of rebellion, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable and legal. Another major influence on the hot rod scene was Nascar. The high-speed world of stock car racing captured the imaginations of many hot rodders who saw in it a reflection of their own passion for speed and competition. In fact, many early NASCAR drivers got their start in the hot rod scene using their skills and knowledge to build faster and more powerful cars. One of the most interesting facts about hot rods is the role they played in the development of drag racing. In the early days of hot rodding, races were often held on public roads, leading to dangerous and sometimes fatal accidents. To address this problem, hot rodders began organizing races on dry lake beds in California, which eventually led to the development of organized drag racing. Another fascinating aspect of hot rod history is the role of women in the scene. While hot rodding has often been seen as a male-dominated world, women have always played a significant role in its development. In the 1950s, a group of women known as the Powder Puff Derby began organizing their own hot rod races, challenging the notion that racing was only for men. These women were true pioneers, breaking down gender barriers and paving the way for future generations of female racers. Hot rods have also had a lasting impact on American popular culture. From movies like American Graffiti and Grease to TV shows like Happy Days, hot rods have become an enduring symbol of a bygone era. Even today, hot rod culture remains alive and well, with enthusiasts all over the country continuing to modify and race these iconic vehicles. Of course, hot rodding has not been without its controversies. In the 1950s and 1960s, many communities saw hot rodders as a menace to public safety, and the police cracked down on illegal street racing. Today, hot rodders continue to face challenges, including increasing regulation of vehicle modifications and rising insurance costs. Despite these challenges, however, the hot rod scene remains a vibrant and exciting part of American car culture. Its roots in the Prohibition era and its connections to NASCAR have ensured that hot rodding will always be a part of the American story. As long as there are young people with a passion for speed and a desire to push the limits of what is possible, hot rods will continue to be a fixture on American roads and racetracks. Early hot rods emerged in the 1930s, during the height of the Great Depression, as a means for young mechanics and car enthusiasts to customize and modify their vehicles for improved performance and style. These early hot rods were typically built from pre-World War II cars that were stripped down and modified to enhance their speed and handling. One of the most iconic early hot rods was the Deuce Coupe, a 1932 Ford coupe that became a symbol of the hot rod movement. These cars were often modified with powerful V8 engines, lowered suspensions, and custom paint jobs, creating a distinctive look that was both sleek and aggressive. Hot rodders would gather at drag races and other events to show off their vehicles and compete against one another in speed trials. The culture of hot rodding soon spread across the United States, with clubs and organizations forming to promote the hobby and provide a sense of community for enthusiasts. However, hot rodding was not without its controversies. Many viewed the hobby as dangerous and reckless, and some cities and towns even passed laws to ban hot rodding and street racing. Nevertheless, the passion and dedication of hot rod enthusiasts persevered, and the hobby continued to evolve and grow over the decades. Today, hot rodding remains a vibrant and thriving subculture, with enthusiasts all over the world continuing to modify and customize their vehicles in unique and creative ways. From the early hot rods of the 1930s to the modern-day muscle cars, the hot rod has become an enduring symbol of American car culture and a testament to the ingenuity and passion of car enthusiasts everywhere. After World War II, hot rodding became more popular and hot rod clubs began to form. These clubs organized races and events, and the hot rods began to take on a more refined look. Many hot rods from this era featured chopped tops, custom paint jobs, and powerful engines. Post-World War II hot rods saw a significant evolution in terms of style, technology, and culture. With the end of the war, many soldiers returned home and were eager to continue their passion for hot rodding. The automotive industry also shifted its focus from wartime production to consumer vehicles, leading to the development of new technologies and innovations that would impact the hot rod scene. One major development in post-World War II hot rods was the introduction of the small block V8 engine by Chevrolet in 1955. These engines were smaller, lighter, and more powerful than previous models, making them a popular choice for hot rodders looking to increase their vehicle's speed and performance. Another significant change was the emergence of the custom car culture, which saw hot rod enthusiasts taking their customization to new levels. Custom paint jobs, elaborate interiors, and unique body modifications became increasingly popular, with hot rodders striving to create one-of-a-kind vehicles that reflected their personal style and creativity. In the 1960s, muscle cars became popular, and many hot rodders began to modify them for drag racing. These cars were built for straight-line speed, and many of them featured high-performance engines, racing slicks, and roll cages. This era also saw the rise of organized drag racing events. Muscle cars and drag racing are two closely related aspects of American car culture that emerged in the 1960s and 70s. Muscle cars were high-performance vehicles that were designed for straight-line acceleration and speed, while drag racing was a popular form of motorsport that involved racing these powerful machines over a quarter-mile distance. The muscle car era began in the mid-1960s with the introduction of powerful V8 engines by American automakers such as Ford, Chevrolet, and Chrysler. These engines were designed to produce high levels of horsepower and torque, making them ideal for drag racing and other forms of straight-line racing. Muscle cars were typically based on existing production models, such as the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro, and Dodge Charger, but were equipped with larger engines, upgraded transmissions, and other performance enhancements. These modifications allowed them to achieve impressive speeds and acceleration times, and they quickly became popular among car enthusiasts and racers alike. Drag racing, meanwhile, involved racing these high-performance machines over a quarter-mile distance, with the winner being the first car to cross the finish line. Drag racing events were often held on dedicated drag strips, which provided a safe and controlled environment for racers to compete. The National Hot Rod Association, NHRA, which was established in the 1950s to promote safe and legal hot rod racing, played a major role in the development of drag racing as a mainstream motorsport. The NHRA organized a number of high-profile events, including the annual NHRA Nationals, which drew large crowds of spectators and helped to popularize the sport. However, drag racing also faced its share of challenges, particularly in terms of safety. High speeds and powerful engines made accidents all too common, and there were concerns about the environmental impact of these high-performance machines. Despite these challenges, the muscle car era and drag racing remain an important part of American car culture, with a rich history and a devoted following of enthusiasts. Many classic muscle cars and drag racers have become iconic symbols of American automotive history, and they continue to capture the imaginations of car enthusiasts and collectors around the world. In the 1970s, hot rods began to shift away from their racing roots and became more focused on style and showmanship. Street rods, which were built to resemble classic cars from the 1930s and 1940s, became popular, and many hot rod builders began to focus on creating show cars that were admired for their beauty and craftsmanship. Street rods and show cars represent two distinct aspects of the hot rod and custom car culture. While both are focused on customization and personalization, they have different goals and priorities. Street rods are typically modified pre-1949 vehicles that have been customized for better performance, comfort, and style. These cars are designed to be driven and enjoyed on the street, and they often feature modern upgrades such as air conditioning, power steering, and disc brakes. Street rods are usually built by individual enthusiasts or small shops, and they are often driven to car shows and other events around the country. Show cars, on the other hand, are custom-built vehicles that are designed primarily for display at car shows and exhibitions. These cars are often highly specialized and may have features that are impractical or even impossible to drive on the street. Show cars are typically built by professional builders and are designed to showcase the builder's skills and creativity. Show cars often feature elaborate paint jobs, custom interiors, and high-end audio and entertainment systems. They may also incorporate advanced technologies and materials, such as carbon fiber body panels, high-performance engines, and advanced suspension systems. Show cars are judged at car shows based on criteria such as creativity, craftsmanship, and attention to detail. While street rods and show cars have different goals and priorities, they both represent the passion and creativity of hot rod and custom car enthusiasts. They are a testament to the enduring appeal of the customized automobile, and they continue to inspire and captivate car enthusiasts around the world. Today, hot rods continue to be a popular hobby for car enthusiasts, and they have come a long way from their early days as stripped-down street racers. Modern hot rods can be built from scratch, or they can be based on classic cars from the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and on. These classic cars are often modified with high-performance engines, suspension systems, and brakes, as well as custom paint and interior finishes. One of the defining features of modern hot rods is the use of advanced engine technology. Many hot rods are powered by modern, high-performance engines, including V8s, turbocharged four-cylinder engines, and even electric motors. These engines are often paired with advanced transmission systems and high-performance exhaust systems to maximize power output. In addition to their high-performance engines, modern hot rods often feature advanced suspension systems, including air ride technology, that allow drivers to adjust the height and stiffness of the car. They may also feature advanced braking systems, including disc brakes and anti-lock brakes, that improve stopping power and safety. Overall, modern hot rods blend classic style with modern technology and engineering to create high-performance, custom-built cars that are both stylish and powerful. While the style and focus of hot rodding may have changed over the years, the passion for building and driving these unique automobiles remains as strong as ever. Thank you for listening to another episode of Cruise Culture Magazine Tries Podcasting. We appreciate your feedback and would love it if you commented below and told us what you thought about today's episode or what you would like to hear us talk about in a future episode. Be sure to check out Cruise Culture Magazine, available at cruisecultureapparel.com, and we will catch you next time. Keep cruise culture alive.